Hi guys, Keith Arkenberg Farms. It's the last week of May 2020 and it's been a wet one. Look at that right there. 4 inches in the past 2 days. That's not counting the past week or so where it's rained almost completely non-stop. So, needless to say, it's turning into a mud hole out here. So let me show you what I got going on. The biggest problem we have going on is the fact that nothing is drying. Even underneath the landscape fabric, it's turning to mush. The water's not draining. I knew I had some holes in here, but with this consistent rain and people moving through it, it has gotten worse and worse. Every time you stomp a new hole forms and it gets bigger and bigger. Looks like they did manage to get 2 of these new beds planted out, which is good. The other one's over here, and it's just too wet to even move around in. Now back over where I had everything really established originally, I built out this plot. I did put in these drainage ditches. I got one here and back up the hill, which really helps because up here it's just fine. A little muddy in there, but nothing compared to back over where the main part of the farm is. Now back on the other end, because the far ditch I dug when I put the tunnel in and the bed down there, but since I'm now out here and all this new stuff, did the same this year. Got a nice little ditch through here. It turned out pretty good. The grass hasn't fully seeded yet. Still kind of spotty, and there's still stuff coming up here and there. Haven't had too much problems. I did have to go through, as you'll see down here behind me, throw some sandbags, bags full of gravel, here and there down the line, because I was starting to get some runoff problems where it was actually taking out the grass. But I think by doing that, I pretty much got it solved. The other big issue is when it rains this much, is the amount of grass and weed pressure that comes up. I mean, literally 2 weeks I haven't been able to do any cultivating. I've got a row of brassica mix right here behind me. You can't see the walk path anymore. It's pretty much complete grass. So that's going to take some tarping and other methods to get rid of it. Same thing, if I come down to the end here, it wasn't looking that bad last week. I could just start to see the furry coming up. When the grass just starts popping and you know you have to take care of it right away. But now, you can see between me and the squash, got major grass problems in there. The only good thing is, this stuff is still small enough. I mean, I can yank them right out of the ground, except not getting the roots. You actually yank down, you get the whole roots, you can pull up by hand. Occasionally I'll have to do that with the landscape fabric where there's holes, because it'll come up around the other stuff that's in there longer. But as long as I pull it and actually get the roots up, it's just fine. When you break them off, they don't go. But over here in the peppers, which are just barely starting to go, nothing. The reason for that is I put this fabric down about 2 weeks ago before this all started. And in the center here, I laid compost on top in a strip. Instead of spreading the whole bed with compost, I just ran wheel hoe through with the tine bits on it, so it just kind of broke it up, fertilized, and then just spread the compost down in a single little line down the middle, because I knew the compost would at least create some kind of barrier to keep the weeds from pushing up through. I mean, we're starting to get a little, Just a little bit here and there. But that is nothing like everywhere else. I mean, almost looks like a lawn back here. The other issue you run into, which I've been walking through taking care of this, is in your onion beds. When you grow them inside a landscape fabric like this, you can see all the grass coming up through. I went through these other ones and actually removed all the grass around them. That way they're cleaner. But this is what they end up looking like. I mean, it's pretty quick and easy. Just reach in the holes. Kind of got to dig around so you actually get the long roots to come up. And just got to clear them by hand. It won't be as bad next year. This is a first year plot, so I know there's a lot of grass seed still in the soil out here. Heck, I worked for 2 years trying to get grass to grow out here before I decided to tear it up and start this plot out here. So, I guess I'm good at growing grass. Another good thing I noticed also is kale's taken off. Actually got kale I can start to harvest. And potatoes, they're going good. Just reached in here just a second ago. See if I can do it again. See if I can find anything. That feels like the seed. Well, there shouldn't be seed up that high. No, that is a seed. Anyways, I was able to find a new potato in there. So they're working, they're going. That's what I want to see. Well, hope y'all like what you saw here today. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank y'all. Have a good day.